I'm paying $50 million.
I think next year's quarterback draft, I think there's a lot of names. There is one that everybody likes. This year, there were two that everybody didn't like, two that everybody loved, Caleb and Jadel. There were three that everybody thought could hit, McCarthy, Michael Penix, Bo Nix.
Yeah.
So you had five where there was very little negativity. The kid at Penn State, raw. Colorado, a lot of ego. There is one quarterback in this class. And so if you're not at the very top, Carolina's in such a bad division, Cowboys or Giants in a better division. So Carolina could have the third pick. My take is they would probably go to the market. And that owner, David Tepper, does not want to start over again. He wants wins. And remember this, is that a Cowboy quarterback comes in well-known. What does Carolina have to do? Sell tickets. So Dak Prescott sells tickets. In college basketball, NASCAR heaven, Charlotte. He sells tickets.
I guess my issue is okay, so Dak's going to come in at $50 million. The Panthers already have garbage skill position players, right? They're one of the weakest skill positions. So, now you can't go spend because you're paying Dak all the money. It's a tough one. You're paying Dak $50 million, and there's going to be a lot of holes.
He's going to get more than 50. He'll get 60 on the market. Now, remember, this year the cap went up $14 million more than people suspected it would. So $60 million will feel like a couple years ago, $55 or $50 million. But so that is something to think about. All this television revenue, all this gambling revenue is going to move the cap up. So 60 sounds crazy today, but it won't be in a year. 60 will be 50 in a year.
All right.
I'm just telling you, Dak is mature. If Dak wins 10 games this year, you're going to say he's won 12, 12, 12, and 10, mature. And who isn't going to like that that's in chaos at quarterback? It's just, again, Dak
what
is
if Sam Darnold wins 10 games with the Vikings?
By the way, ask yourself this. If when my dad passed, I learned a little bit about wills and when parents hand, the money out, if they have any and they pass, they're not necessarily always handing it out to the smartest kid or the nicest kid. They're giving it to the most mature kid who can handle dealing with the will, the executor of the will. The parents look at who's the grown-up of the kids, who can handle it emotionally. Dak may be the best quarterback in the league at the podium since Brady retired. And he was probably number 2 to Brady forever. He puts out fires. He says the right stuff. David Tepper in Carolina is not going to roll the dice on a college kid when he's losing season ticket holders because they can't win games. He's going to go get that really popular national name Dak from the Cowboys. And you don't think the Giants would be interested? You think they want to go back to the draft and do another 5 years with a Daniel Jones knockoff? Brian Daboll's going to say, I can win 14 games with Dak. He'll be 31, 32 at the time.
By the way, Riley Leonard, a Notre Dame quarterback who was at Duke, he is supposedly in the Daniel Jones mold. So you can have, discount Daniel Jones in the draft.
Timing is everything. It's an average to weak quarterback class, and who's quarterback 2 on the market?
Well, I'd say timing and price point.
I think people are willing to pay. Look at Kirk Cousins, what he made. Price point's important. But Kirk Cousins and Dak, you're going to pay more than you want. There are some things you're going to pay more than you want.
Kirk is a great point. Didn't he get $40 million a year?
Yeah, and off a surgery at 39. Dak's 31 today and no big health issues. And winning more than Kirk Cousins.
I like how you spend money, huh? that.
I mean, there's certain things in life. Transportation. I'm going to spend what I'm going to spend. Quarterbacks. I got to spend what I got to spend. If I want Josh Allen or Lamar or Mahomes, I got to spend what I got to spend. I'll make it up on guards, linebackers, safeties, and slot corners. Tight ends. I'm not going cheap on quarterbacks. Toilet paper, quarterbacks, transportation. Don't go cheap. Comparison is the thief of joy. Easy to envy other people's lives, right? Especially Instagram. Go to all these platforms, TikTok. Everybody having a great time. Everybody looks beautiful. Therapy can help you focus on what you want instead of what others have. So you start living your best life. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. Entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, suited to your schedule. Fill out a brief questionnaire. Get matched with a licensed therapist. Switch therapists anytime, no additional charge. Stop comparing and start focusing on you with BetterHelp. Sign up today. You'll get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp. H-E-L-P. BetterHelp. It is a Friday. We're going to have our best show of the week. We're going to Paris. Team USA basketball. We're going to Pennsylvania Steeler camp. Live in Los Angeles. Here, it's The Herd. Wherever you may be and however you may be listening, thanks for making us part of your day. Good night's sleep. Lot of energy. We're bouncing all over the country today. New York, Steeler camp. This is such a good time of the year.
Okay.
Such a good time. J-Mac joining me as well. So one of the things I've said for years, you know, the hat on forward thing, which is sort of metaphorical. I don't care who wears their hat which way, except quarterbacks when they go to the podium. And that's basically about maturity and understanding and self-awareness, right?
Sure.
And I've said this for years. I don't think Dak has a great arm or is a great athlete, but his hyper maturity, he's an adult, yet non-emotional in big emotional moments. But he was getting sort of emotional yesterday because, right, like this is his last year guaranteed for the Dallas Cowboys. His contract will be up. And as usual, Dak was able to see through everything and land a comment on his future in Dallas.
It's a business, and you know, when I'm going to say, I want to be here, but you know, when you look up, all the great quarterbacks I watched played for other teams. So my point in saying that is that that's not something to fear. That may be a reality for me one day, may not be my decision.
I love that. I'm not afraid to go into the market. Love it here, but not afraid. And I think Dak would actually have a bigger market than you think. I think he'd have a bigger market than Tom Brady at the end. I do. I think he'd have a bigger market than Aaron Rodgers or Russell Wilson. I do. Russell, as we know, little cringy. Don't get that with Dak. A lot of drama with Aaron Rodgers. You don't get that with Dak. Tom Brady's age. Dak's only 31. Dak, you get no cringe, no age concerns, no maintenance, no drama, very productive, can win 12 games a year. His floor, 8 wins, his ceiling, 12. Probably not a Super Bowl. But, I mean, think of all these really talented, near the top of the draft quarterbacks. Cam Newton, Deshaun Watson, Baker Mayfield, a bit combative, Russell Wilson, Kyler Murray, competition and commitment issues. How much do they win? You know who wins? Jared Goff, Dak, Kirk Cousins, Jalen Hurts. The guys that don't give you a lot of drama. Justin Herbert's going to start winning a lot. Is that if you ask general managers, they're looking for a coach on the field. They're not looking for drama and maintenance and passive-aggressive. I mean, Green Bay moved off Aaron Rodgers, and he had just won several MVPs. Darkness retreats. Guy coaches, GMs, they don't want to deal with any of that nonsense. And so Dak's maturity, this is what I've been banging on for years. Hat on forward, say the right thing, put a wet blanket on a potential fire, all this stuff. It's what GMs look at. I think Dak would have a really big market. I think it's highly probable that the Raiders and the Panthers and the Giants and maybe the Seahawks and the Titans would all be interested at the end of the season. So Dallas needs to know that. Oh, there'll be a market. It'll be bigger than Aaron's market. It'll be bigger than Tom's market. And you think, oh, that's crazy. He's 31, 12 wins, no drama, productive. Dak doesn't even have great weapons now, and he had the number 1 offense in the league. And you can't give McCarthy credit, right? He's a bum. Everybody thinks he's a bum. Remember, 30% of this league has chaos at quarterback. You never have that with Dak. His floor is 8-8. Here's another thing. It's not a great college quarterback draft next year. Here's another thing. If Tua and Jordan Love sign contracts, and they will, who's quarterback 2 on the market? There won't be any. It'll be Dak. and Sam Darnold-ish players. So Dak's going to have market.